You ever see one of those old-timey cartoons where the food just smells so good that the steam forms a beckoning hand?
Ah, no! Stop! I'm saying no! Ah! Peter, it's making me watch!
Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Thank you so much. Today we're diving back into Tales of Neckbeards, I'm pretty sure. It actually comes from our personal subreddit, r/ReddX reads. It is the continuation of the Star Wars Shenanigans, episode 3, if you will, which we're almost into the good ones if you're going by the 9 chronological Star Wars movies. Because really, 4, 5, and 6, those are the only good Star Wars movies that we can all agree on, am I right? 1, 2, and 3, yeah, they're there. 7, 8, and 9, oh, wow, you did that, didn't you? But I don't know, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. However, these videos have been popping off quite a little bit. People seem to like the Star Wars Shenanigans, and it almost fell out of rotation. I'm like, wow, it's a long story. I don't want to jump into that right now. Well, today is the day, and we're going to do the thing. Includes a little song parody at the end, which you know I enjoy so very much. So thank you to the Irish Pirate 18, bro that he is. We tend to talk a lot in like Discord DMs. I know we were talking about a couple of the recent OPs that I dunked on, and I'm like, what do you think the issue is here? And he actually does have a psychology degree, so he's able to give me some insight. Really cool dude. If you stop through the Discord, feel free to say hi to him. Just don't make it weird. And if you do make it weird, don't tell him that I sent you. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this Tales of Neckbeards cringe. Star Wars Shenanigans, Episode 3, Revenge of the Pissant. The Pissant. This is tabletop gaming gone wrong, in case you didn't know, and boy, it went really wrong. The DM, total creep. Elroy, also a creep. We also had Hal in episode 1, and, you know, he started out pretty rough, but eventually he found his way into being a reformed beard, so we do all appreciate that. But I suppose we'll just have to see what happens with the GM and Elroy, because I don't think it's going to go well. So I started working on a Neckbeard project, but I'm putting that on hold to finish this saga up, since ReddX has decided to carry it forth to the YouTubes. So far, it hasn't been met with a Last Jedi level of vitriol. So, I don't know, hooray? Yeah, it's kind of hard to match up with Last Jedi level of vitriol, isn't it? It's a good story. I really like the way that this OP writes, and there's also some lovely cringe injected into it, so yeah, of course I had to carry it to the YouTubes, especially, this is what we did after Neckbeard wrapped up. Kind of trying to carry on the tabletop gaming gone wrong torch, since Ramtide, at that time at least, had taken somewhat of a break. But y'all ain't here to hear about the channel background. You can hit me up on Discord if you want to know more. What I do know is that if you haven't read the previous installments, they can be found here. Episode 1, The Newbie Menace. Episode 2, Attack of the Lone Force User. And if you prefer letting someone else do the reading for you while you, I don't know, drive to work, or solve word hunger, or sit around in a bleach-stained pair of sweatpants picking out some belly button lint, you do you, then ReddX has taken my humble ramblings and lent his voice to them. Episode 1, ReddX Edition. Episode 2, ReddX Edition. They're not Red exclusives, because this also got posted to D&D Doge, but as far as I know, he hasn't picked up the tail, so far, still a ReddX exclusive. You're welcome. Also, I don't know what word hunger is. Is it like Wordle? I've seen so much freaking Wordle on my Twitter timeline that I want to stab my eyes out.
Hey, watch this. Jesus Christ!
I might have played it if I got in like on the ground floor, but now I can't play it on principle. I shouldn't even be mentioning it here because I know people in the comments are going to be like, nah, stop, I've heard enough about it. Yeah, bro, me too. That's why I'm mentioning it. I guess I'm just adding to the problem. Anyways, we of course have our cast list. Yes, indeed, quite beefy. Strap yourselves in. We got OP. A 30-year-old gaming nerd working at a nearby nonprofit that offered neither livable wages nor human decency to their employees. Is that like part and parcel with a nonprofit? That's why they had to change it up to not for profit, because nonprofit just sounds like you're failing. The only silver lining was that the office that I was at was within walking distance of the game shop. It is a relatively small silver lining, but if you're happy, I'm happy. And OP's character is Ferris, Chefari Sabson, if you're looking for the full name. He's a CHIS medic with the life-saving skills of a world-class surgeon and the people skills of a methed-up Canadian goose. Combat-wise, he could heal or yell at people, but his blaster saw just about as much action as an incel at a lesbian bar.
So, you ladies ever been penetrated?
The metaphors, the similes, they're so delicious. You see why I missed this OP? I don't know how I went so long without getting back into it. It's so good. I don't know how it's so good, but it's so goddamn good. We've also got Mac, the Bill to my Ted, the Goose to my Maverick. He doesn't die, right? He liked anime and gaming, but the word "lady" never touched his lips. And he also never wore a fedora, except maybe in the most wanted mafia-themed photo that we got at the state fair back in high school. I would need to find that photo in order to confirm. Yeah, that doesn't count though. You're dressing up in costume. It's a period piece. Although if he did accidentally walk out of the photo booth wearing that fedora, I gotta dock him a couple points, you know, just on principle. Mac's character is Nala, a feline scoundrel with a ship full of charm and a moral compass that pointed whichever direction was most convenient at the time. Mac wasn't in the habit of playing decisive characters, but he was peeking outside of his comfort zone with this one. Yeah, lead the party. It's a lot of fun. You can drag them all to their doom without anyone realizing until it's too late. That's generally what happens when we sit down to play D&D with the Discord mods. My paladin, Neckbeardo, ends up getting everybody into some shenanigans. And it's fun for all, I presume. We've also got Peacekeeper, Chainsmoker's BFF, and burgeoning big brother figure to Hal. Even when things were at their worst, Peacekeeper tried to see the best in everyone. Bless that boy for his optimism. May the world never crush that in him. Amen. I said that the day before yesterday in the Resistbeard saga. We need more people that aren't cynicists, you know? If you've got a wholesome heart, I definitely encourage that in you. Never ever give it up. Peacekeeper's character is Savo, an agile Rhodian with the reflexes of a coked-out mongoose. He's a good sniper and pilot on paper, if only the dice would cooperate. Oh, that's sad. Should have put more points in your luck stat, bro. Chainsmoker. Did he smoke like a short-tempered line cook whose ex kept texting him about child support during the dinner rush? Yeah, he did. Did his acting abilities make Michael Cera look like Marlon Brando?
Look at the top of his head.
Oh, God, you're crushing it, OP. Beautiful. Absolutely. But this gravel-voiced gamer was always relaxed and met each session with an unwavering sense of humor. Seems like my type of guy. And oh my God, I'm just loving these comparisons, dude. OP does have a degree in creative writing, and it is shining so hard right here. Beautiful. Chainsmoker's character is Roblox, a Nikto thug with a Texas-level tendency to drill first and ask questions later. Yeehaw, black gold. Not the character that you'd want as a teammate for a debate team, say, unless the topic was, what do you think it sounds like when someone gets cut in half with a plasma drill? Use your imagination. Scotty is a big, friendly, kilt-clad bear with a charitable spirit, a heart of gold, and an even higher threshold for shit than a sewage treatment plant. That being said, once that threshold is breached, Highlander smash! I tried to give him a Scottish accent in the last episode. I don't think that worked too well. I got a few people that are like, Jesus, ReddX, please never again. I'm like, all right, I didn't think it was all that bad. I mean, I knew it was that bad, but I thought maybe it would add to the cringe. So we'll try something different for him this time around. Scotty's character is Merwick, a vibroblade wielding Wookiee with a life debt to Nala, and a recent discovery that he can sense when someone's about to attack him. Oh, it turns out he's been force sensitive all along. Suck it, Elroy! And I love the fact that he's a Wookiee, because then I get to make the Wookiee sounds in the episode. Hal 2.0. He's better, faster, smarter. We have rebuilt him. The new model made jokes without prompting and laughed at the appropriate times. My God, this is science at work. If Peacekeeper was Professor Higgins, then Hal was Eliza Doolittle, poised and ready to attend a high society function. Yeah, he just didn't know how tabletop games were supposed to work in part 1. He thought it's a competitive game instead of a cooperative game. And I guess I can't really blame him for that if he hasn't had exposure. He learned quickly, and that's what's most importantly, isn't it? Hal 2.0's character is Jula, a tech-savvy Bothan hacker/mechanic, and a strange sister of his first ill-fated character. Yeah, we remember. Hal had gotten used to the mechanics of the game at this point, but role-playing was still a struggle. But there was still hope. As there is for all of us, honestly, until you cross certain lines, but Hal definitely hasn't. GM, however, has. We are now calling GM Hutbeard. Yes, indeed. The artist formerly known as GM was a Peter File with a tendency to give crumbs of experience to make the game last longer. As if there was like a level cap or something. He did nothing, NOTHING, nothing to stop Elroy from being a social sack tap to the rest of us. Sack tap? I love it. Why didn't we quit the campaign? Well, because none of us really felt inclined to run a campaign of our own. Yeah, GMing is hard, I'll say that. And we've also got Elroy. In 1992, the government ran secret experiments in a bunker underneath the Mojave Desert. The aim of this project was to imbue a living being with an aura that radiated the feeling that you'd get when you chew aluminum foil. Oh, God. Yeah, that was unexpected cringe. I haven't chewed aluminum foil in a long time. And there's good reason for that. Elroy is the result of these experiments. His character was a force-sensitive Jawa. I can't remember its name. Let's just call it Pissant, because it feels appropriate. And we could call it Pissant, but I don't know how YouTube's gonna feel about that. And Pissant sounds more constructive, doesn't it? And it also reminds me of that movie Corky Romano. You guys remember that? Chris Kattan, anybody?
Hi, you guys want some cookies?
So yes, with the cast list out of the way, we are indeed into the story. And considering that we have, the characters hanging around at this point, we might actually get some tabletop action in this one. We did in the first one, we didn't in the second one. But I am sure that Elroy will manage to make an ass of himself both in and out of game. So let us see. The story. Where last we left our intrepid adventurers, we were watching Elroy bitterly brood over the loss of his monopoly on force powers. Yeah, he was one of those gamers. You know the kind. That guy. He just had a pressing need to be the main character of the group. My introduction to him had included his confident declaration that he would be the group's leader. I mean, it's whatever, aim high, I guess, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. Gondor had no king. Gondor needed no king. Yeah, that's how I used to try and run my Discord server too. Fell apart within a couple of months of the channel blowing up. Looks great on paper, not so much in theory. My character had started off in a leadership adjacent role because the group had grown stagnant with indecision. See, you kind of do need a king, right? But months of playing had changed all that. If anything, Mac's character Nala was now our current leader. Nala was what you'd get if Jack Sparrow had a baby with Gamora and allowed it to be raised by Malcolm Reynolds and Irene Adler. She was charming, narcissistic, and had a habit of taking things that didn't have her name on them. Yeah, that's a quick way to get in trouble, but I guess if she's good at it, whatever. In fact, Mac's goal for her was to end the campaign owning a planet, which she could name after herself. Yeah, narcissistic indeed. And upon this planet, she would build a mansion with her name on the side in neon lights, and she would swim in a Scrooge McDuckian vault of coins minted with her face on them. Yeah, that's also the end goal for the ReddX YouTube channel, isn't it? On a completely unrelated note, are you guys interested in my new cryptocurrency Tendy coin? It's totally not a rug pull scam. You can give me your money. It's gonna be safe, I promise. The rest of us had taken to following her lead because, I don't know, it tended to be profitable, and who doesn't like money? Yeah, much like I was saying, it's not a rug pull. We're all gonna be millionaires, but especially me. Anyways, Scotty had finished altering his character to account for the fact that he too now had force powers. Sweet! We retconned his character's history to make it so that his family was taking him to Coruscant to be taken into the academy when Order 66 came. He wasn't officially affiliated yet with the Jedi Order, so there was no record of him being force sensitive. He ended up being moved from place to place as a slave until Nala rescued him and secured his service with a life debt. Man, why Wookiees always gotta play second fiddle? You know, I'd like to see a main character Wookiee who's leading the group. I mean, I guess that is kind of hard because, you know, they don't really speak a proper language. But there's a lot of Star Wars races that can't speak English. Maybe the Wookiee knows sign language. It could get really interesting. That's the thing I like the most about Star Wars. The lore goes so freaking deep. The last time I mentioned that I had come back with something to eat, and I found Scotty tweaking his character. Well, the smell of my General House chicken was Pied Pipering him away, as it would. Give me some of that sweet, delicious sugar chicken right now! You ever see one of those old-timey cartoons where the food just smells so good that the steam forms a beckoning hand?
Ah, no! Stop! I'm saying no! Ah! Peter, it's making me watch!
Well, yeah, it was pretty much that, but with a 6'5", 250-pound Scottish descendant. Now, we didn't say that this General House chicken was from Panda Express, but I think we all know where it's from. We just can't say Panda Express because they're not a sponsor. Panda Express, please don't sue me. Scotty said,
"Hey, OP, play Merwick for me while I go get something to eat. Unless it directly involves him, just have him be distracted by food."
oh, maybe that's why Wookiees can't be the main character, because they're too animalistic in their ways. But I don't know, Chewbacca seems pretty intelligent and stuff. I'm going to be thinking about this all night. These are the things that keep me awake at night. It was a simple instruction. Merwick, we later decided, had such an obsession with food that he went into a sort of Zen trance at mealtime. Otherwise, we couldn't really explain his lack of involvement in the scene that played out. And once he masters his force powers, there's gonna be free food all the time. He's gonna be like, you do want to bring me General House chicken. I do want to bring you General House chicken. The session's gameplay started with the party in some space station with Nala, aka Mac, negotiating with a mechanic for upgrades to our ships. Chainsmoker was outside, living up to his name, but his character, also on autopilot, was looming behind Nala with arms crossed and a menacing expression to give a bonus on negotiate and coercion checks. Damn, you got half the party in this game on autopilot. Seems pretty sweet, although I have done the same thing. Playing as a Fallout robot, I kind of dropped out of the game halfway and I was like, okay, this guy controls my character now. I'm done. Have a nice life. It wasn't that the game wasn't good or anything like that. It's just I have a problem with showing up places that I need to be on time. Even if Ramtide is GMing, sometimes the couch is just really too sticky. I can't get up. Anyways, enter Elroy from stage left. He tries to use the Force to sneak past some guards and steal an X-Wing. Yeah, you're gonna need a really high roll to steal an X-Wing. He rolled to use the Force, and the dice result made it so that the only way to succeed in the check would have been to tap into the dark side. Had he been playing an edgelord, he would have been happy that he rolled all black, but no, Puissant was a true hero. He was the one true hero, in fact, and so he handled the situation in a much more dignified manner. The one true hero. Bro, this is a great continuation of Linkbeard, isn't it? I did not know how many parallels there would be. It's just uncanny. Elroy,
This is bullcrap. I shouldn't even have to roll on them. There's no way they can resist the Force. They're just security guards. They're not smart enough to do anything better with their lives.
Mac, you know, I'm a security guard, right? Oh boy, this is getting awkward. And also one of the reasons that I made a commitment to never dunk on somebody for their job ever again. I think I razzed somebody for working at McDonald's and had a bunch of other people in the comments like, I work at McDonald's, what's wrong with that? And I'm like, actually, you're right. You're a soldier of industry. I hope you get up and out, but if it's where you need to be right now, then I'm proud of you for being there. Elroy surprisingly does display a little bit of shame here and gets red-faced and says,
I was talking about them.
And he points to the game board. Hutbeard,
I don't know what to tell you. They must not be as weak-minded as you seem to think they are.
Elroy slumps back in his chair.
Whatever.
Yeah, why you want to steal an X-Wing anyways? What are you gonna do with it? I guess just to have it. Sure, now we have an extra ship to take care of. Merwick, meanwhile, was in the space station's food court, eating his weight in whatever sort of meat was available. Since I was responsible for playing him until Scotty came back, I kept my own character there with him. The two of them had a lengthy conversation about the moral implications of rebellion and how we could ethically balance the idyllic goal of peace with the destructive nature of the war that we would have to fight in order to achieve it. Merwick, at one point, made the poignant remark, and, you know, who could really argue with that? Certainly not I, because I don't know what the hell he just said. Do Chiss have ability to speak with a Wookiee? I guess they do. I'm learning so much today. Ferris sat for the rest of the meal in silence, pondering the sagacity of his furry companion's comment. Yeah, bro, still waters run deep, you know what I'm saying? He looks like a big furball on the outside, but he's got a brain back there. It can't speak English, but he's got a brain. Peacekeeper had replenished his supply of paint dye energy drinks and came to join the conversation. Over the past couple of weeks, he and I had been talking to Hal about how to get into his character and how legitimately fun it can be to roleplay. We had helped him come up with a fleshed out backstory to present to the GM, Hutbeard, which would give him something to work with. And with Hutbeard's approval, our little baby bird was all prepared to fly. Hal looked at us for approval out of character before having Jula approach the table. Hal, guys, can we talk? Something's come up. OP, leave it alone and it should go away. If it stays that way for 4 hours, then come back. It's already been that way for 3.5. Help me out here. Hal, what? No, it's my girlfriend. Well, ex. I found out where she is. OP, and you're gonna leave us to go sweep her off her feet? Hal, not exactly. She's been captured by slavers. They're going to try and sell her off to some moth. Peacekeeper, oh, so you need us to help you. Hal, yeah, but I'm afraid to ask Nola because there isn't really a lot of money involved. OP, did your mom drop you on your head when you were little? Have you been sheltered away from the outer rim your whole life? Hal, what? Peacekeeper, you're talking about slavers, Jula. There's always money involved with slavers. OP, just tell Nala that they're rich. Hal, but what if they aren't? OP, then you got bad intel. This is big brain time right here. Peacekeeper, yeah, happens to the best of us. OP, what Nala doesn't know won't hurt you. Hal, okay, well, I hope so because this is important to me. I haven't seen my girlfriend, well, ex-girlfriend in years, and it was at this point that Elroy decided to join the conversation. I mean, sort of, cutting Hal off without so much as a preamble or an apology. Elroy,
Peacekeeper, what's your character wearing?
Excuse me, we were in the middle of something. Peacekeeper was thrown for an absolute loop by this out-of-context, non-sequitur question. Huh? Why? Elroy,
just tell me, what would I see him wearing?
Peacekeeper looks down at his character sheet. Padded armor, heavy blaster rifle on my back, backpack full of booster blue, and a belt pouch with some emergency reloads. Elroy,
I want to use the Force to make myself invisible to Peacekeeper's character.
Hark! Prithee, what manner of banner be that on yon tower? Mark thou how crimson it doth stand against a field of blue. Mayhaps this be the red flag from fabled days of yore? Perhaps it is, I dinna ken. That's some Scottish slang. Wifey's been watching The Outlander on Netflix. So I keep saying I kenna, I dinna. And I'm trying not to do the Scottish accent so bad. Anyways. Obviously, wanting to start using the Force on his teammates right out of the gates should have been a bad sign. Should have. But what did we do? We just sat there, befuddled like a bunch of dumbasses. In hindsight, I don't know why we didn't just tell him to pack his bags and hit bricks. I don't know why we didn't just threaten to leave before the end of the session, which is what I went on and on about in the previous part. I certainly can't account for the rationale of putting up with this for months, but somehow we did. And I am hoping that the Schadenfreude is oh so very sweet on your end. Oh yes, I'm quite enjoying myself, thank you. We always have a good time in Star Wars Shenanigans, boy. Peacekeeper, responding in the appropriate manner for one being subject to random unprovoked PvP, or rather PvP light. What? Dude, why would you do that? OP, can this not wait until after we're done with this? Hal is trying to roleplay something. Elroy.
But it'll be funny.
Peacekeeper. Then save it for later, when everyone else is here and we can all laugh. Elroy.
No, it won't be funny then. I have to do it now.
He's just been such a drag. Every line that he speaks, I feel my sanity slipping further and further away. OP, dude, you're interrupting someone. Elroy.
But it's what my character would do.
He said it. He said the line. He said it. God damn it. Elroy rolls his force dice. 1 white circle and 1 black circle. Hutbeard.
Okay. Sallow can't see you.
Shit, what was Mac's voice? I think it was Travolta. Mac? Wait a minute. Doesn't he have to roll for difficulty? Whoa. Elroy scoffs.
No, it's the Force. I could just do it.
Mac? No, you can't. There are rules about force powers, man. You have to beat their discipline skill. Elroy?
Where does it say that?
Mac? In the handbook. Got him, John Travolta. Mac rummages around his backpack and realizes that he's left his books at home. I also forgot mine. I didn't have my laptop with the PDFs on me either. The only person with a rulebook on hand was Elroy, and when he asked to see it, he withdrew it like he was Gollum with the ring.
Precious!
Elroy?
I don't like people touching my books. I'll just look it up and tell you what it says.
Oh yeah, bro, I'm dumb. I trust you 100%. Max says, how about I come and help you look? Yeah, Mac putting the smack down. Of course, the table is getting a little heated at this point. In a situation like this, the best thing that a game master can do for the players is to be fair and even in their adjudication. If one player is showing clear signs of intending to mistreat other players, it is the game master's responsibility to put their foot down and say, Hutbeard,
look, if he's not going to hurt anyone, then for tonight, we'll just say his powers go off on what he rolls on his force dice.
Why is Elroy the golden boy all of a sudden? First session and he's like 100% the game master's pet? There's something hinky going on here. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. No one but Elroy was happy about this decision, of course. Least of all, Mac. Mac would slap me in the back of the head if I said he was a rules lawyer, so I'll say that he's certainly not a rules lawyer, but only because he hasn't sat for the bar exam. Rules enthusiast is what we'll call him. I can get behind a rules enthusiast as long as they're not using it to their own advantage. Rules lawyer shouldn't be a pejorative because I've seen rules lawyers that pointed out, hey, this action should make my character dead. And then they had to roll up a whole new character simply because they were being honest about it. And I respect the hell out of that. So I hope Mac is one of them. Mac is fine with rules as written. He's fine with house rules. He's fine with homebrews. He's even fine with stitched together systems sold in dark alleys out of the grease-stained coat pockets of Soviet expatriates living off the radar since defecting in the 1970s. Yeah, you know they got the good stuff. What he's not fine with is expecting one of those things and getting something completely different. You ever grab a Coke bottle from the cup holder of your dad's truck and take a healthy swig only to find out about half a second into that first big gulp that the brown fluid has been his chewing tobacco spit all along? Oh, God. That is some deep cringe. Don't do that to me, OP. No? Just me? Well, it's like that. But with game systems. Jesus, did that really happen to you? That is horrifying. I guess this is why we ask before we drink things, but I don't know. You know, kids, I've definitely thought a thing was grape juice and it was actually wine, and I slammed back like half a cup of wine when I was 8. Got drunk as hell in 0 seconds flat. I don't really remember it, but it's my mom's favorite story, among a few others. So, yeah, Mac was pissed, but he wasn't in the mood to argue with Hutbeard, the game master, at least not just yet. Elroy.
So Peacekeeper can't see me?
Hutbeard.
Correct.
Elroy.
Okay then, I'm gonna open his belt pouch and take a reload clip.
Mac. Oh, come on! Stealing? That has to count as an attack. Elroy.
I'm not hurting anyone. Stop interrupting me. It'll be funny, I promise.
I think we have different senses of humor, friend. OP. Him interrupting? Dude, Elroy, you are the one that interrupted Hal for some stupid pickpocketing. Elroy.
Guys, stop it. I'm doing it. It's fine. It'll be funny, I swear.
Peacekeeper. Stealing from my character is funny. Elroy.
Just wait.
OP to Hutbeard. He might not be able to see him, but Peacekeeper could still feel him, can't he? Hutbeard.
Well, yeah. Elroy, roll a skullduggery check to pick his pockets.
Why this wasn't done long before it was pointed out by another player? I have no idea. GM isn't good at what he does. He's just the only one that's willing to do it. So I guess we just let him have his way. Fantasy Flight tabletops have 2 aspects to their checks: success versus failure, and advantage versus threat. Not every success is outstanding, and not every failure is catastrophic. With this system, it's possible to fail a roll, but gain a bonus to follow-up actions. For example, maybe you can't get the shopkeeper to budge on his prices, but you notice a trash can full of lottery tickets that suggests that he has a gambling problem that you can exploit. It's also possible to succeed in a roll, but have something go wrong in the process, like stealing something from a Rhodian's pockets, but bumping against him in the process. So Hutbeard watches Elroy roll and then says,
Okay, Peacekeeper, you can feel something brush against your thigh. When you look down, you see an ammo clip rising up from the pouch.
Peacekeeper. Okay, I close the belt pouch. That is a fairly level-headed response, isn't it? I freak out. I'd be like, oh no, it's a ghost. Look out! I don't like goblins.
Ew, I like them. I like goblins.
So Elroy says,
But I still got one of the clips, right?
Peacekeeper. I said I closed the pouch when I saw the clip moving. Elroy.
Yeah, but I rolled a success. That means I still got one.
Peacekeeper wore the expression of someone trying to figure out if the mushrooms had finally kicked in, or if the cat had actually asked him about the geopolitical climate of the 19th century Franco-German border. Occam's razor says it's definitely the cat. He learned to speak and he is very interested in 19th century politics. After a few moments of stunned disbelief, he just shrugged and shook his head. Peacekeeper. Fine, whatever, sure, he took one of my clips. I really don't care. As you shouldn't. But at this point, it is the principle of the matter. You let this guy take an inch, he's gonna take a mile. So yeah, give me my clip back. None of what you said ever happened, alright? See, Peacekeeper said he didn't care, but I knew better. I knew Peacekeeper well enough to read between the lines, and he might have said, I don't really care, but what he really meant was, well, this is an unwelcome development, and I don't care for it one bit. Good day, sir. I said good day. What? Is Peacekeeper. Even his most enraged inner thoughts are polite and even-tempered. Elroy.
Okay, and now I want to drop my invisibility right in front of him.
Hutbeard.
All right, you guys can see Elroy now.
Peacekeeper. Hal. Huh. Mac. OP. Huh. Crickets. Chirp, 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 chirp. Chirp, I say! Elroy.
Well, wouldn't your characters be surprised that I just appeared out of nowhere like that?
I am dying inside. OP. Huh. Now that you mention it, Hutbeard, you said that Peacekeeper couldn't see him, but what about the rest of us? Hutbeard.
What did he roll?
Mac, cutting Elroy off in his haste. 1 white, 1 black, and he spent the white one on Peacekeeper. Hutbeard.
Okay, you can make the others ignore you if you tap into the dark side.
What could that be? Do you hear it? A light crackling. What could it be? Oh no, it's chips of white paint falling from Elroy's knightly armor as he takes the offer. Oh no, the edgy that guy is even more that guy than before? How could this ever happen? You knew it was just a matter of time, right? Elroy?
Well, Berwick is eating, and Scotty told OP not to do anything with him unless it directly involved him, so I'm not gonna choose him. So,
He says to Hal and I,
what are your perception scores?
OP, flipping my sheet over. Dude, you would have no way of knowing that. Stop metagaming. Hal tried to flip his sheet over, but he was sitting beside Elroy and didn't manage it in time to stop Elroy from seeing that Jula had a very good perception score. Elroy.
Fine then. I'll just keep Jula from seeing me.
OP. Okay then. OP is Ferris. Oi, put that back where you found it, you little shit. It's not yours. Elroy.
What? Quit. Hutbeard didn't say you could see me yet.
OP, if you didn't choose me as one of your targets, then I've been able to see you this entire time. Hutbeard.
He's right.
Elroy.
Well, I obviously wouldn't have just walked up to him and taken his clip.
Mac. That's what you said you did, though. Elroy.
Right, but I would know that Ferris wasn't affected by my powers, so I would have tried to be stealthy.
OP. How would you have possibly known that I could see you? Elroy.
I would just know, because of the Force.
This is the dumbest interaction, and I know it's gonna end with such a whimper. What was the giant funny prank, Elroy? You took the clip and then dropped your invisibility and you're like, hey, you guys can see me now. Wow, that was hilarious. Everybody gather around as I tell you this hilarious story that happened. Halfway through it, I want to grab the pen from my character sheet and jam it through my freaking jugular. Max says, yeah, that's not how the Force works. Elroy.
Fine, then I'll roll a stealth check.
Elroy rolls. Elroy fails. Elroy whines. We resume once we can confirm that I have been able to see Passant this whole time. Peacekeeper says, what? Whoa, where did you come from? OP. He's been standing here this whole time. Did you not see him? Elroy.
What? No, I just got...
OP. This is what happens when you drink paint dye. You'll go blind, I says to ya. Elroy.
Hey, I said I wasn't here the whole...
OP. And you says, oh, just one more can will set me right. Elroy.
Hey, I said...
OP. And now you can't even see. Useless pilot you'll be now. Elroy.
Dude, you have to give my character a chance to say something. I was gonna tell everyone that you were seeing things.
OP, okay, go for it. Elroy,
Well, you made all those jokes about Savo going blind, and it just won't be funny now.
I don't think it was ever going to be funny, and that's what makes it even more hilarious. OP says, whatever, I'm not stopping you from trying. Elroy dejectedly says,
Fine.
in character,
I didn't take anything. He dropped this. I was just giving it back to him. You're seeing things.
Elroy,
Do I need to roll to convince them?
Hutbeard,
If you're trying to convince them as a group, you have to roll a deception check against whichever of them would be hardest to convince. Based on their stats, that would be Ferris.
aka OP. OP, would the difficulty to convince me be upgraded since I know that I'm not crazy? Hutbeard,
Well,
Elroy interrupts.
no, because I'm gonna use the Force too.
Hutbeard,
Okay, I would say those two things negate each other. Give me the deception check.
Elroy,
Why do I have to use deception? Can't I just use the Force to change his mind?
oh yeah. Let's allow the beard to get a taste of consequence-free mind control. This is turning into a dumpster fire already. Matter of fact, it was already a dumpster fire. Now it is a landfill fire, burning uncontrollably. We can't stop it. All we can do is watch. I just don't see how it's possible for someone to abuse that ability to live out some truly horrifying power fantasies with a captive audience looking on with grim unease, each hoping that the others might do something to stop it. The bystander effect on full display. Not this time, Satan. Not this time. Yeah, anything to pump the brakes on this. It's already bad enough. Do we really need to give him any more leash? So OP says, trying to go invisible against everyone is one thing, but you're talking about trying to do a mind trick on me, and it's pretty clearly established that that only works on the weak-minded. I maxed out my character's intelligence, and he's got a cybernetic brain implant. Ferris is as far from weak-minded as this game will let you be. Hutbeard,
Yeah, the check would definitely be upgraded. You're not gonna be able to easily get in his mind to change anything.
Elroy,
But that's bullshit. What's the point of even having the Force if I can't use it?
you can use it, just not against your fellow players. Why am I even explaining this? OP, it might be easier to use it on, gee, I don't know, the bad guys. My thoughts exactly. Elroy,
I could use it on whoever I want. It's what my character would do.
oh, he said it again. One more time, and I'm pretty sure the game world completely implodes. That's how it works, right? OP, well, if you don't pass the roll, then it's what your character can't do. Elroy,
Fine, I'll try a deception check.
Hutbeard,
Okay, since you guys would actively be pushing against each other, I want to roll off. OP, give me a raw discipline check, upgraded twice, and Elroy, you give me a deception check.
OP, I want to use a destiny point to upgrade my check. For those that might not be in the know, destiny points are a shared pool of tokens that anyone can use to make a roll easier or harder. Points that the player use get moved into the Game Master's pool. Points that the GM uses are moved back into the player's pool. It is the circle of life. Did using the destiny point put the party in danger? Well, no. Did it give Hutbeard more ammo to use against us? Well, yes. Was it, at its core, just a frivolous and petty use of a destiny point? Yes, it was. My conversational GPS loses connectivity when I'm annoyed and redirects me to the low road every time. I become Petty Officer Pete Pettison from Pettysburg, Pennsylvania. Did I have a point with this little aside? Not even remotely. But it was informative, and I thank you for that. In Ramtide's Weirdos and Waifus game, we have a similar mechanic. It's called Euphoria Points. It doesn't upgrade or downgrade a check, but it does allow for a reroll, and we used them a lot during the playtesting. While I don't know if I could say or not if this is frivolous and petty, it's definitely what I want to happen because it's what Elroy doesn't want to happen. I just want the opposite of what the beard wants, okay? Is that so wrong? Of course, Elroy voices his objections.
Dude, you can't do that.
OP, I'm fairly sure I just did it. Hutbeard,
I'll allow it.
Elroy,
well then I want to use one too.
God, now the Game Master has all the destiny points. Peacekeeper, guys, this roll doesn't even matter. Don't give Hutbeard more destiny points to use against us tonight. Hutbeard,
OP already used one, and only one destiny point can be used per skill check.
Elroy,
this is bullcrap! Dude, just let me do my roll. You're ruining my plan. It was going to be funny.
No, it wasn't. Oh my God, it's so painful. This is just one speck of the game, one little blip on the radar. And if every decision is going to go like this, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I am getting deeply frustrated just sitting here reading it. I can only imagine how OP feels. OP says, no one is laughing, Elroy. Elroy,
because you're ruining it.
It was ruined on principle. There was no fixing it. OP says, dude, just roll. So we roll off, and in the end, my result is me getting this system's equivalent of a natural 20, and Elroy getting a nat 1. Yes, karmic justice in motion. For those that don't play D&D, fix yourself! This means that I got the best possible roll that you can get, and Elroy got the worst possible roll that you can get. As far as wanting to play D&D, if you can't, we do have a tabletop RPG player search in the ReddX Discord server. If you're looking for a game, roll on through. Maybe somebody will pick you up. If you're a DM looking to run a game, then yeah, we have a whole list of players who are looking for one. And the best part of that is that they're all ReddX certified. If they've lasted in the Discord server long enough to get on the list, then they're probably worth playing with. Anyways, Hutbeard says,
okay, so something about Ferris's mind is beyond your skill to influence or understand. It's like whenever you push against it, it pushes back even harder. From here on, Ferris is completely immune to any of your mind-affecting force powers.
Wow, that's the first point that I think I can give to the GM. Well done. Elroy says,
what the hell, Hutbeard? That's not fair.
OP, I take it back. This is pretty funny. Got him, Elroy.
Whatever. I'm gonna use the force to hold him down in his chair.
Mac, you can't manipulate him, so now you're going to attack him? Elroy,
I'm not gonna hurt him. I'm just gonna hold him in place.
Hutbeard says,
roll for it.
Elroy succeeds. Elroy in character says,
hey, blue guy, try to stand up.
OP, no. Elroy,
come on, just try to stand up.
OP, actually, I think I'm good right here. I mean, it is a little bit of metagaming, but not giving this guy his way is so beautiful to watch. Elroy,
Dude, come on. You already ruined my joke with Peacekeeper. Just let me have this one.
OP, no. My character has no reason to listen to you. He doesn't know you, and he damn sure doesn't trust you. He's not gonna just do whatever you tell him to. Elroy,
Why are you being like this? I was just trying to have some fun.
Peacekeeper, yeah, so were we. Hal was trying to have a roleplay moment, and you just walked all over it.
Because you thought it would be funny.
Elroy, like the great value brand Han Solo.
It was a boring conversation anyways. Besides, I just wanted everyone to have some fun.
Peacekeeper, we were having fun. What you did to Hal was messed up. Hutbeard says nothing. At this point, Hal got up from the table and, without a word of explanation, went outside to stand with Chainsmoker. Peacekeeper went after him. Elroy,
Why's everyone so upset about this? I didn't hurt anyone.
Jesus Christ, you don't even have the self-reflection to see what you've done wrong. How can I explain this to you, really? OP says, no, but you interrupted somebody else's roleplay for no reason whatsoever. Elroy,
It's what my character would do, though.
oh no, he said it 3 times. Oh no, it's collapsing in. Oh my God, did you guys make it through? Are we all back? Is this the same world, or has it started anew and we're all back in the same exact places that we were? Bro, the Star Wars Shenanigans lore is getting pretty deep, isn't it? Oh, please don't do that again, Elroy. OP, if it's what your character would do, then your character's just an asshole. Okay, OP, you can't say it either, though. I can't go through a world-ending cataclysm again. I got up from the table and went to check on Hal. I was furious. I absolutely hate when people do the whole,
it's what my character would do
excuse for their crappy behavior. All right, have we said it twice now already? Please, my body can't endure this. I had hit my Elroy limit for today, and probably for a lifetime. Hal, as it turned out, just walked away because he felt like this whole thing was his fault. He was blaming himself for the way that the conversation and the events had gone, as if him trying to roleplay was just a terrible idea that led to everybody fighting. Peacekeeper was explaining to Hal that he hadn't done anything wrong. Chainsmoker also chimed in between puffs to say, Chainsmoker,
Yeah, man, it sounds like he was just being a dick.
accurate. Max stayed inside. Elroy came out of the store a little while later and walked down to the Chinese restaurant, which is definitely not Panda Express, as Scotty was coming back. He asked what had happened, and we filled him in. He doesn't like conflict or confrontation, so he was glad that he hadn't been there for it. He would eventually be on the front lines of an Elroy-related conflict, though. He led the charge, even. But that is a tale for another time. And now it is parody time! I do actually kind of know this song, so hopefully it'll go smooth. Peacekeeper and I, we worked with Hal. Helped him bring his roleplay skills to the table. But like a painful root canal, Elroy came along, made things unstable. So then we deal with broken powers, disregard the rulebook, picking pockets everywhere that you look. Elroy's there. I'm thinking Jawaside might be due, but he still swears that if we back off, then it'll be amusing. Never mind the players he's abusing in the crew. It's just what his character would do. Now the moment is spoiled. Hal was trying something new, but Elroy acted like a dick. Tried to use a Jedi trick, wants to be our ruler. but he has no support. Wanna beat this drooling, foolish, ghoulish tool with a sock full of quarters. I think it's relatively okay. There's a lot of pauses in the song, so maybe it would be better with backing music, but we'll get that one of these days. I'll upload like a giant compilation. Let all 50 of the artists scramble for their piece of the $100 that the video made. So, yeah, I like it pretty good. The last part was a little strange, but Irish Pirate is definitely like one of the best lyricists, right up there with Zuka. So thank you so much for including the parodies in these videos. Also, the TLDR at the end. I guess it's too late for that, but Hal tries to roleplay, and Elroy interrupts it for some bullcrap because, he thinks it'd be funny. He assures us all that his character is only being as off-putting as an incel at a speed dating event because that is what his character would do. Oh no! Not again! Alright, third timeline. Let's try this again. Hal blames himself for the whole thing. God, this episode was just tooth-gratingly in-depth. Elroy and the Game Master both just don't seem to understand how to run a competent tabletop game. Nobody is having fun. There's a reason half the characters go on autopilot and say, whatever, call me when combat starts. Hal tries to come out of his shell, do a little bit of roleplay, and just gets stomped all over. Like, it's so sad to see it, dude. And the GM lets it happen. Elroy is such an obvious problem player. You could remove him from the table. Nobody would miss him. You've got plenty of players already. I don't understand why he's there at all. Except to be GM's pet, I guess. There's something going on outside the game, I'm pretty sure, but I can't theorize on that too much. Can't put my finger on it. But hinky is the word that I used earlier, and I say it again. Hinky stuff is going on. But regardless of any of that, I do hope that you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, I hope that you like, comment, and or subscribe. Maybe share the video around, because that's like a super cool big brain play that you could do, and it helps me out a lot. We've also got links in the description, of course, playlists if you're looking for a bit of a different flavor. I mean, Neckbeards and RPG horror stories are what we do mostly, but we could do some nice guys, or legbeards, or crackhead Craigslist, which doesn't get enough love, honestly. There's all kinds of playlists to dig through. We got plugs, of course, Teespring if you're trying to rock the merch. Mine and my wife's channel, Mr. and Mrs. ReddX. Amazon affiliate link if that's what you're into. Currently goes to my microphone, but if you buy a lot of stuff on Amazon, then I can get kicked back a few bucks, which is cool. We've also got podcast services, you know, Spotify, iTunes, Castbox, all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm everywhere, and I hope you'll check it out. We also got my social medias, of course, Twitter, Discord, Facebook. Come on through, say hello. I would appreciate that. I do respond. I think it was Larkhaven in the comments got really shocked that I respond on Twitter. But yeah, I do. I don't have that many notifications. I can sort through it pretty easy. We've also got my Patreon, of course, my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. Oh, I'd like to thank them as I do every episode. Jerry much. So thank you. Robert Waits, Camille Sarah, Logan Wolf, Conrad Ingy, Captain Clown, Jerry Hong Kong, Aaron W, Twisted Child, Sarah Ruana Wash, Cinema Susie, For Old Lang Syne, Fire Drake, Ira wants to change the name, but is too proud of the Jerry spelling. Give us some suggestions in the comments if you would. Jari the Pirate, yar. Silent Revolver, the original Jerry, Jerish Kitsune, Satori, 211 Jerry, the return of Jerry, a jury of jubilantly juggling Jerrys, a Justy Jargonian Jerry. What if it was all J names from now on? Oh boy, that's the longest tongue twister you ever seen. Alunia Demonista, Althea Blue, Anunnaki, Assassin Pug Jerry, Bang Bang, Atheist Jerry, he's so euphoric, Aurora Wildheart, Bailey Joy, Bearded Jerry, watch out for that guy. Bitch Gremlin, Blade the Hero, Blimp Bloop Jerry, Commander J Tank, Confederate Jew. I don't know why that gets me. Dayton Can't. Bro, why you gotta throw me $5 a month just to make me sad? You know, I'm not just a clown up here. I got feelings too, all right? Dennis Dayton, Dinosaur Nightlight, Disposable Waifu, Dr. Larks, Emergent Jewel, Aaron Lennox, fell down this pipe running from a walking mushroom thing with eyes. I ended up in the attic. It smelled like marbles in here. It's Mr. J. Smells like marbles. Frozen Over Studios, Gypsy, Adrian BR. I can't help falling in love with Jerry. Jerry. I'm Slim Jerry. Yes, I'm the real Jerry. Oh, you want the Slim Jerrys are just imitating. Soon I'm going to have to sing the whole patron list. Irish Pirate, top of the barn into ya. Itchy Nuts, just scratching, bro. A Pimp MJ Crisp, yes, you have to say the whole thing. JM Kuhn, Jennifer Schaefer, Jerry Smith Barbara to Services. I still don't know what that means. Jerry Blacktail, Jerry Nice, Jerry Evil, Jerry the Outlaw Mother Trucker, Hong Kong. Jerry was a race car driver, but my super's in the shop, so he stands undefeated. That's all right. I know you get back on the road real soon. John Hero, John Jerry Jingleheimer Schmidt. Oh my God, that's actually my name too. Not a lot of people know that. Simboofa, because if you're boofing, it's free. Judge Jerry, I am the beard. KJW, Kajow, Crewhee, Miss Monday, Lord Jerryo, Milady Nix, who is still a Jerry, just a boring one. Marble Cake Jerry, Melgar the Destroyer, Metal Vector, definitely not Arthur Henry, I'd never heard of that guy. Mr. Carrot 797, Mikola Demikiev, aka Vegan Jerry, Natari, Nightmare Jerry, Origami Jerry Steve, Patron Saint of Chicken Nuggies, Saint Jerry, Phantom of the Pines, Jerrykins and Jerry Beth, Ramtide Lacrimates, Rose Jerry Miller, TSM Kirby, Sarita the Lolita, Saucy Octopus, Silo Imp, slipped on a marble and into the neckbeard world. Welcome to my world. Staples, aka Jerry Yeet, Stephanie Goodner, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tamago, Teddy the Police, 10-Ton Monster, The One True Fusky, Tom, oh, but it's the Jerry on the inside that counts, Church, Viking Jerry, WikiTac, hey, welcome to the fold, friend, Will Mags, Comrade Mooney, Kira, you're a wizard, Jerry, Redwind, Naga Viper, Cy Jerry the Cyborg, Saint's Blessing, a normal Jerry, Yam, Jam, you know I worship typos, god of misspelling. I understood what you meant. That's the magic of it. Hunter of Jerry's, Devourer of all things tasty. It is Tom, because Tom and Jerry never get along. Admiral T, Tank, Amara Alder, an unfortunate Nookie survivor. Yeah, we know her. That's Greenie. Atomic Jerryzilla, Breaker of the Tom Army, AZ, Babsy-Coon, Barbushka's a Radiator Gem, Bartender Kirlia, Blue Dubs, Broken Spine Horseradish, the original different Jerry, This Cake Jerry. California Jerry Girl, Chevron 7 Locked, Corporal Admiral Princess Furry Warrior Woo Jerry, Crib Titties, Defon Jerry, Dopamine Dangerous, because we're gonna OD, Electrical Fennec, I gave her both inches. And then she asked if I had any single friends. Yeah, I got friends in the single digits, if that's what you're talking about. Ghost of Alpha, Heeknot, HMT Mayor, Holy Berry Jerry, Hydra Jerry Solmond, yeah, carrying on the legacy. Janitor Jerry. Where do all these marbles keep coming from? It's a conspiracy. Jeffrey, Geralt of Rivia. Jerry and Tom versus Happy New Year's Webby Apocalypse. Jerry the Sussy Baka. Jerry's mom has got it going on. Jerry Aldo Rivera. Jerry Bean. Jerry Roxers. Jerry's STI pimp maneuver the van to save the marbles. Oh, that's where they came from. Jerry role-playing game featuring the obligatory furry player character, Freddy Fazbear. Oh no! I'm exiting this game post-haste. Judge Jerry and Executioner, Kid Marvelous, King Tom, Smasher of Jerryzillas, Kitzikin, Life of a Guardian, Little Ann Woods, Lucia Lovecraft, Chia, CD. Maybe next time, Milkfed Gimp, Miss Duchess, not Invisible Angel, I see you. One leg Jerry wants to be a pirate. Oh, join the crew, me hearty. Or get me Cam. Ghosty, Raptorite, she's my Jerry Pie. Go drink a Mountain Dew, what a big surprise. Cringe so good, make a grown man cry. Sweet Jerry Pie. Sheep Jerry, Snom Jerry, that's Snary, if you didn't know. Spoonie the Rogue, Spoopy Scary Jerry Ton, Techno Dubs, the Gaslighting Jerry. Hey, help me, I'm the real Red. Terry stole my channel. You didn't know what to do with it anyways. I got this. The Necro Jerry Con, the original Jerry, not to Infinite Jerry and beyond. Definitely. Tuna Fish Jerry managed to escape from Admiral Tom's tuna cannery. Keep running. Tom promised Jerry swears. Oh, no bad Jerry's. Tom be a good boy. Just fact, don't swear. It's totally size. Go look it up. Redbeard story. Redbeard story, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And also, thank you to my $1 patrons. Oh my goodness. You guys, absolutely beautiful. Thank you guys for supporting on the Patreon. The list just grows and grows, and I'm super grateful for all of it. You have chosen me as your Neckbeard King, and I shall do you proud. Honestly, if you would like to sign up on the Patreon, I mean, that's a really big brain play. That's a good idea, but if you can't afford to do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands, but also take some time out. Do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like watch some more Redbeard video. Yeah, that's what I said. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one. And until then, friends, bye-bye.